I was always gonna live fast, die young.
Before Liam Payne became one of the biggest names in the music industry as a member of the global sensation One Direction. Before Liam would embark on a solo career, topping charts with hits like Strip That Down and collaborating with many other major artists. Before the tragic news of his untimely passing in Buenos Aires on October 11, 2024,
former One Directioner Liam Payne has died at the age of 31.
Following a fall from a third-floor hotel balcony. Coming from humble beginnings, Liam's big break came in 2010 when he auditioned for the X Factor in the UK. Now, although he initially didn't make it as a solo artist, fate had a different plan. He was placed in a group with 4 other young singers: Harry Styles, Niall Horan, Louis Tomlinson, and Zayn Malik. And together they formed One Direction. The rest, as they say, is history. One Direction would go on to become one of the most successful boy bands of all time, breaking records, touring the world, and amassing millions of dedicated fans. Now, Liam, he quickly became known for his smooth vocals, his charming personality, and for being the group's sensible one. He also publicly struggled with mental health and addiction, and he shared his trials and tribulations with the world. After One Direction announced their hiatus in 2015, Liam, like his bandmates, he pursued a solo career. He found success with singles like Strip That Down, which showcased his more mature R&B inspired sound.
I've been taking some time and I've been keeping to myself.
Now, Liam was no longer just a boy band member, but he was carving out his own identity in the music world. However, Liam's journey, it wasn't without its challenges. Now, he opened up about his struggles with fame, mental health, and the pressure of living under the constant glare of the public eye.
My back and my neck from swinging that hammer around.
Now, despite these difficulties, Liam remained a beloved figure in the music industry, admired for his talent and his resilience. Now, he did do a podcast with Logan Paul about a year or two ago, and it was really eye-opening to see how honest, down-to-earth, and relatable this young man was. But sadly, there were some demons and some tragedy that none of us were expecting. Now, this video is a sad one. Please leave your condolences in the comments down below. This is a Before They Were Gone video, one we never thought we'd have to make. Liam James Payne was born on August 29, 1993 at New Cross Hospital in the Heathtown district of Wolverhampton, West Midlands, England. And from the moment he entered the world, it was clear that Liam would have to fight through more obstacles than most. Born 3 weeks premature, he faced significant health challenges right from the start. Now, Liam's parents, Karen, an infant nurse, and Jeff Payne, a fitter, they were no stranger to medical environments, but nothing could fully prepare them for the daily care their son would need. For much of his childhood, Liam, he was in and out of the hospital. He was diagnosed with a scarred and dysfunctional kidney, which meant his young body was more fragile than most. Now, to help him manage the pain and to function, Liam had to undergo 16 injections every morning and another 16 each and every evening. Now, that's a staggering reality for any child, and yet, despite these health hurdles, Liam's spirit, it remained unbroken. Now, his early years were defined by him having quite determination that would later serve him well in the competitive and often unforgiving world of fame. Now, Liam was raised in a tight-knit family with 2 older sisters, Nicole and Ruth Payne. Now, his family, they became his support system during his most challenging moments, and their strong bond would become a constant source of strength throughout his life. As he grew older, Liam's health had improved and he became heavily involved in sports, finding focus in athletics. Now, by the time he was in school, Liam, he had developed into an exceptional runner. He joined the Wolverhampton and Bilston Athletics Club, and he trained rigorously in cross-country running. Now, his hard work, it paid off, and for 3 years, Liam was ranked among the top 3 1500-meter runners in the UK for his age. Now, for a boy who once struggled just to maintain basic health, this was nothing short of remarkable. Now, sports, it gave Liam a sense of accomplishment and identity beyond his health struggles. However, life as a student, it wasn't all smooth sailing. Now, while Liam excelled in sports, he faced bullying from other students during his secondary school years. Now, this led him to take up boxing at the age of 12, not only as a means of self-defense, but also as an outlet for the frustrations he was dealing with. Now, boxing, it gave Liam a newfound confidence and resilience, qualities that would become integral to his character in the years to come. Now, Liam was also a dedicated student, balancing his athletic pursuits with academics. He completed 11 GCSEs at St. Peter's Collegiate School, now known as St. Peter's Collegiate Academy, before moving on to study music technology at City of Wolverhampton College. Now, this academic choice marked a significant turn in his life, as it reflected his growing passion for music and performance. At the age of 12, Liam got his first taste of show business when he joined the Pink Productions Theatre Company. His participation in the company ignited his passion for the performing arts, and it wasn't long before he was playing the lead role of Tony Manero in Saturday Night Fever. Performing in front of a large audience, it didn't faze him. He had already performed in front of a crowd of 26,000 during the Wolverhampton Wanderers football match. Now, these early experiences in theater and performance, it laid the foundation for the larger-than-life career that would soon follow. But Liam's journey to stardom, it wasn't without its setbacks. Now, in 2008, at the age of 14, Liam decided to audition for the UK hit reality talent show, The X Factor. He performed Frank Sinatra's Fly Me to the Moon in front of the judges Simon Cowell, Cheryl Cole, and Danny Minogue, as well as Lewis Walsh. Now, his talent, it was undeniable, and Liam, he made it through the initial rounds. However, his journey was cut short at the boot camp stage. Now, while this would have crushed many an aspiring performer, Liam's story was far from over. Simon Cowell recognized the young talent's potential and encouraged him to come back in 2 years. Now, it was a piece of advice that would eventually change Liam's life. In 2010, now at the age of 16, Liam returned to the X Factor for another shot. Now, this time, he was determined to make it count. His performance of the Michael Bublé version of Cry Me a River, it earned him 4 yeses from the judges and a standing ovation from Simon Cowell. Now, in the eyes of the judges and the audience, Liam was a clear contender for the top prize. However, once again, fate, it had a different plan. Liam didn't progress in the boys category, but this time, his journey took a pivotal turn. Now, guest judge Nicole Scherzinger, she suggested that Liam, along with fellow contestants Harry Style, Neil Horton, Louis Tomlinson, and Zayn Malik, they formed their own group. This decision would forever alter the course of Liam's life and the world of pop music. Together, the 5 young singers formed what would be known as One Direction, and from their very first group performance of Torn at the Judges' House's stage, it was clear that these boys had something special. Their chemistry, charm, and vocal talent, it quickly won over both the judges and the viewing public. Although they didn't win the competition, ultimately placing 3rd, One Direction had already cemented their place in the hearts of millions. Following their time on X Factor, Simon Cowell signed One Direction to his label, Cinco Entertainment, and their first single, What Makes You Beautiful, was released in September of 2011 and became an instant hit. Topping charts around the world, the band's debut album, Up All Night, followed soon after, solidifying One Direction's status as a global phenomenon. The next few years were a whirlwind of success for Liam and his bandmates. They embarked on multiple world tours, released chart-topping albums, and became the biggest boy band of their generation. Now, their fan base, known as Directioners, it was one of the most dedicated and passionate fan communities ever seen in the music industry. Despite the fame and fortune, Liam, he remained grounded. He often spoke about how grateful he was for the opportunities he had been given and how much his family's support meant to him. Even as One Direction dominated the charts and performed in sold-out arenas across the globe, Liam never forgot his roots. But being in the spotlight, it came with its own sets of challenges. Now, as One Direction's success grew, so did the pressures of fame. Liam often found himself in the media spotlight, with every aspect of his personal life scrutinized by fans and the press. In interviews, he opened up about the difficulties of maintaining a sense of normalcy amidst the chaos of celebrity life. In 2015, after 5 years of non-stop touring, recording, and media scrutiny, One Direction announced they would be going on an indefinite hiatus. Now, this decision, it came after the departure of Zayn Malik earlier that year. Now, while the hiatus marked the end of an era, it also allowed each member of the group to explore solo opportunities. For Liam, this marked the beginning of a new chapter. He launched his solo career in 2017 with the release of his debut single, Strip That Down. The song, featuring rapper Quavo, showcased a different side of Liam's musical talent, leaning more into R&B and pop than music he had made with One Direction. Now, the single was a commercial success, charting in multiple countries and earning Liam a place on the charts as a solo artist. Liam continued to release solo music in the following years, working with artists like Rita Ora and J Balvin. Now, his debut solo album, LP1, was released in 2019, further establishing him as a force in the music industry outside of his work with One Direction. Now, throughout his career, Liam had been open about the challenges he faced, both personally and professionally. From his struggles with fame to his health battles as a child, Liam's journey has been one of resilience, determination, and an unwavering passion for music. Now, tragically, Liam's life was cut short in October of 2024 when he passed away after a fall from a third-floor hotel balcony out in Buenos Aires. Now, his death, it shocked fans and the music world alike. I remember seeing it on my timeline and being in disbelief. The man was only 31 years old. Now, his passing, it shocked fans and the music world alike, leaving a void in the hearts of those who loved him and his music. Though his time on Earth was far too brief, Liam's impact on the music industries and the millions of fans who followed his career, it'll never be forgotten. It does make any future reunion of One Direction a little more mournful, right? Less celebratory. There's always going to be, a missing member of this band. Wow. In the end, Liam Payne was more than just a pop star. He was a son, he was a brother, and he was a father to a 7-year-old child. Now, he's an inspiration to countless people around the world. His legacy as a member of One Direction and as a solo artist, it'll continue to live on as his music and memory. It remains in the hearts of fans forever. Our condolences go out to his lovely family, his sisters, his young child, and to all those close and near and dear to him. This is, wow, this is what no one expected.
We have a big announcement that's going to allow you to get a lot closer to Hollywood. Now, before they are famous, they've entered into an epic new partnership with Mogul Productions, utilizing the magic of Web 3.0. Now, if you ever wanted to land a walk-on role in a Hollywood movie, how about getting a producer's credit? How about going to some red carpet events, some meet and greets with the stars, and more? You can even submit your own productions and have them reviewed by some Hollywood execs. I myself, I've got a sitcom I'm going to be putting on the site. Now, if you don't believe me, Mogul Productions, it was behind the release of City of Dreams. Now, this was a film promoted by Sylvester Stallone, Mike Tyson, and executively produced by Tony Robbins himself. So if you've been waiting for your chance to get your big shot at getting in on all the action show business has to offer, we're encouraging you to check out the Mogul Productions website right now. There's a link in all our recent uploads, and here are some of the current opportunities that are up for grabs. The film The Caretaker, you can star in the film and get taken out by lead actor Robert Bronzi. Can't Escape the Allure is another project, and on that you can get a producer credit. Also, Relo Renzano's upcoming album. Now, there was a spot to be an extra in the new film Texas Nightmare, currently being filmed in LA, but sadly, it's filming right now. So if you weren't already on the site applying, you would have missed it. You can click into each project on the site and you can read more details about the project, who's involved, and what exciting perks are up for grabs. We'll be bringing you new updates each and every week about this epic collab between Before They Are Famous and Mogul Productions. So be sure to stay tuned to the end of each video so you don't miss out. All right.